Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 1st of December 1978, and the title is The Key to All Treasures is to Always Belong to and Remember the One. Ek Nami. Bapdada is constantly happy to see the fortune of all the children. Va fortune, va. Your fortune of having a loving relationship with the Father is so great that you are able to make the Incorporeal One become corporeal. You bring the Father, who is beyond sound, into sound. You make God Himself take the form you want. You make the Master your server. You children have the key to total rights to the Father's treasures. You make the Father surrender this key to you in your hands. Who can be greater than those who hold this key in their hands? Have you become knowledgeable and sensible in looking after this key? Baba has already given you the key through which you can attain whatever you want in a second. When the Creator Himself becomes your server, then the entire creation is bound to serve you elevated souls. Since the devilish Ravan is keeping nature and the elements under its control with the power of science, then can these elements and circumstances not become the servants of you godly children, the master creators, the master almighty authorities? Do you know your power of silence very well? Or do you forget its value when you receive many other powers? Since atomic power is able to carry out elevated tasks through science, then what can the power of the soul, Atma, the power of God, not do? Until now, however, you have experienced very little of this, and that too only sometimes. Since you can make God's power your own and also make Him transform His form, then can you not change the form of the elements and the circumstances and make them virtuous? Can you not transform the tamoguni, impure elements through your satoguni, pure stage? Can you not attain victory over adverse circumstances with your own original stage? Have you not become such powerful master creators? When Bapdada sees the elevated attainments of all you children, he says, each of you children is such an elevated soul that you can all perform many wonders. So, what will all of you do? You have received a very powerful key, and you should be using it, but you don't. Everyone has received this key. It isn't that only some have received this key. New, young, and old all have the right to this key. When there is a special welcome or reception for someone in the old world, that one is given the key to the city. As soon as you children came, Bapdada gave each of you at your reception the key to himself and all his treasures. It is such a magic key that you can become an embodiment of whatever power you want as soon as you invoke that power. With this magic key, you can become a resident of whatever land you want within a second. You can become a spiritual astrologer and know about any aspect of time you want. You can claim a right to direct the power of your thoughts with the speed that you want onto the path that you want, and claim a right to the power of thought. So, why do you not use this key? Have you not understood its importance? You allow the sanskars of keeping things aside to emerge. Is anything good usually kept aside, or is it used at a time of need? Use this key and take all the treasures. Do not be economical in this, but be one who belongs to one and remembers one. To belong to one and remember that one is the method to use the key. So, do you not know how to do this? Nowadays, it is a fashion to keep your keys with you. Keychains are also given as gifts. Do you find it difficult to look after these? Before you begin any task, invoke with this key whatever power is needed for the task. In this way, every power will become a server of you master creators and serve you. You don't invoke them, but instead you come into the upheaval of action and so get into the cycle of coming and going. You come into the cycle of fluxion, the good and bad, success and failure. To invoke means to be the master and order. All the powers are like your arms. Can your arms do anything without your orders? When you want to make a task successful, order the power to tolerate and then see how success is already guaranteed. However, instead of ordering it, what do? Do you know what you do? Instead of ordering it, you become afraid of it. How will I be able to tolerate this? How will I be able to face this? Will I be able to do this or not? When you have this type of fear, you are unable to order this power. What will you do now? Be afraid or give orders? If even the children of the great death are afraid, then who would be fearless? Become fearless in every aspect. Do not become fearless of being careless or lazy. Become fearless of being a conqueror of Maya. So, did you hear about the magic key? Learn how to look after your gift and constantly use it for every task. Acha? To such master creators who have the most elevated fortune and are embodiments of spiritual power, to the constantly victorious children who attain victory over nature and circumstances, to those with all rights, Bap Dada's love, remembrance, and namaste. Bap Dada meeting the Dadis. Do you have visions of the kings of the confluence age? The royal clans began here. The sanskars of the kings as well as the subjects are seen at this time in a visible form here. To be part of the subjects means to constantly have sanskars of dependence in every aspect. No matter how much such souls are given the stage of having all rights, they remain unable to sit on this throne. They are constantly visible as weak and powerless souls. They would not have the courage to do any task by themselves, but would only be successful with the courage and cooperation of others. General cooperation is different from the cooperation given to increase someone's courage. Only when you encourage them will they be able to do something. This is not a sign of one with a total right. By having courage, you automatically become worthy of receiving cooperation. This is why Bab Dada asked if you are able to see the royal clans. Only when the royal clans are revealed at this time will revelation take place. How many have been revealed up to now? How many kings and queens have been created so far? There is a difference between the kings and queens also. There is a difference of one or two. Now, discuss amongst yourself what the signs of kings are and what the qualifications of the children are. Children of a royal clan will also have sanskars of that clan. Now, discuss this amongst yourselves. Acha, Bapdada meeting the Kumars. The Kumars have been portrayed as being constantly with the father. I play with you, I eat with you. This has been portrayed in the picture. God, the friend. A friend means someone who is constantly with you. Kumars have been shown as friends and detached observers. They have been portrayed as young cowherds. Do all of you Kumars move along while constantly considering yourselves to be the Father's companions and constantly experience, I eat with you, I sit with you? Do you Kumars consider yourselves to be combined with the Father? Are you combined or alone? Never think that you are alone. Constantly keep your companion with you and you will remain constantly happy. You will dance in happiness day and night while creating your own future and that of others. Never consider yourself to be alone. When you consider yourself to be alone, Maya comes to you. Kumars always complain that they are alone. The companion is the companion of both sorrow and happiness. That companionship spoils your head. So you are combined, are you not? You are not householders. And so what else would you need once you have the household of happiness? No one else can find such a companion as the one you have found. Keep your companion with you. When you keep him with you, your mind will constantly experience entertainment. Acha, Bap Dada leading the mothers. You are free from attachment. You are destroyers of attachment. Are you not? Mothers especially experience the obstacle of attachment. To be a destroyer of attachment means to be an intense effort maker. If there is the slightest attachment to your bodily relations, then instead of being an intense effort maker, you become just an effort maker. Those who are intense effort makers are in the first division, and those who are just effort makers are in the second division. No matter what happens, constantly dance in happiness. The meaning of death for the prey and joy for the hunter is to become a destroyer of attachment. Only those who are destroyers of attachment can become the beads of the rosary of victory. If you attain victory over death, you remain constantly victorious. Have you just passed, or have you fully passed? Many test papers will come. When you have a test paper, it means you move forward to the next class. How could the class change if you don't have exams? Therefore, you have to pass fully and not just pass. Acha? Baap Dada meeting couples. Cancel your old promise and become single. Then become combined again. Finish all the old accounts and begin afresh. You have divorced the relationships of Maya and have struck a bargain of having a relationship with the Father. It is through this you become a conqueror of Maya, a conqueror of attachment, and victorious. You may cooperate with one another, but may not become companions. You have only one companion. The moment you have any awareness of companionship, everything finishes. Baba's hand is constantly over those who stay in remembrance of Baba. All of you are most lucky, having found God while sitting at home. What further luck would you need? What else do you need when something you never even dreamt of becomes a reality? Baba came to you first. You came to Baba afterwards. Constantly remain happy by remembering your fortune of having made God belong to you. No matter where you live, constantly experience the Father's company in everything you do throughout the whole day's timetable. Acha, blessing. May you be a destroyer of obstacles and become wise about the three aspects of time and the three worlds. Those who know about the three aspects of time and the three worlds are called wise. Ganesh, the Lord of Knowledge. Ganesh means the destroyer of obstacles. Such souls never become an obstacle in any situation. If someone becomes an obstacle, you have to become a destroyer of obstacles and put an end to that obstacle. Souls who are destroyers of obstacles do not speak about these obstacles, but instead transform the atmosphere and the environment. Slogan: to give the experience of the manners of truth from your face and activity is the true greatness. Om Shanti.